keep mounting. And I want to show our viewers a couple of clips here. I want to start with a clip of some ambulances. This was footage given to us by a source here in Brazil. And what you can see is there are 12 ambulances waiting outside of a hospital in Sao Paulo, all of them with patients inside. They are waiting because the hospital will not accept patients. And this is happening all across this city. Ambulances respond to calls. They have nowhere to go. If hospitals aren't accepting patients, that means the system has collapsed.
All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH, the Heavenly Father, and the name of the Holy Spirit, the earthly Mother, sanctifying Yahawashi, the Holy Son. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Sunday, March the 28th, 2021, and it's currently 12:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, brothers, what you're seeing here, it's happening in Brazil. As you may know, because of the sensitivity of this information, we're not going to say anything except parable and code word, because if we say anything else, they will just ban us and say we are giving medical advice. This is not a medical advice. This is just we are reporting what's going on around the world. Now, the system over there collapsed. The medical system collapsed over there as of March 26th, which was yesterday or 2 days before. Let's see, there's another video that they mention, Brazil and stuff like that and the plague. So we're going to let that play a little, and then we're going to see through the Holy Spirit what's happening.
I want to show you another clip from inside of a hospital in the federal district here in Brazil, where the federal government is. In this video, you can see an oxygen tube that is literally being run from one window across an open courtyard into another room. The reason that's happening is because on the other side, that's where the oxygen source is. But there are so many patients in the room where the oxygen is that they can't fit any more patients in there, so they have to put patients in another hallway. The only way they can get oxygen from the source to the patient is by running oxygen tubes out of windows. That is the kind of thing that is happening all across this country right now. ICU occupancy rates in nearly every single Brazilian state are at or above 80%. Many of them have simply collapsed. This has been the trend over the past few weeks, Linda. And unfortunately, you talk to people here in Brazil, no one really believes we've hit the peak yet in this country. In other words, the worst days of this pandemic could be yet to come.
Indeed. We have no comment on that, and it is what it is, and we have no comment. Thank you for watching this. Now, there is another, let me go get that video right quick. There you go.
An unusual holiday in Rio de Janeiro, with empty streets and a crowded sidewalk. Protesters angry at the latest government edict. The mayors of Rio and São Paulo have decreed an extended holiday and shut down Brazil's two major cities, keeping only essential services open. And hundreds took to the streets, saying they want their jobs back. Informal workers say they're being punished for mistakes made by others.
You see, those guys, they like to boast how well they can govern a country, how well the people, how much high the IQ is. And I got a video from the beloved sister Lisa Cabrera
that closed,
right there.
and a lot more.
It's a bank apocalypse. So those people like to brag. They like to flaunt how smart they are, how smart their species, their races are. Esau like to do this until they have a real crisis in their hands. Until they have something they cannot control, something they did not manufacture, something they did not provoke or produce. Something is out of their control, and that thing is in the control of the Most High. Okay? Again, we have no comments on this. This is what's happening over there, and this is real. Like the previous video said, those people don't believe they don't believe they reach the peak of it, which means yet to come. So now you got over, brothers, there is a video that said they had over more than 3,600 people die on Friday. 3,600 people die in one day. Okay, and you still have those people over there. They still don't believe it, and you got even worse people over here who still don't believe it, because that's the new variant.
We represent 50,000 beach vendors who are left with no income. The lack of vaccines and public policies to encourage the use of masks and control clandestine parties have led to this chaos, and we are the ones paying the price.
More than 300,000 Brazilians have lost their lives to COVID-19 since the pandemic began
That's
a
a
year
dead
ago.
body that's
Hospitals across the country are running out of rooms, medicine, and oxygen for the growing number of patients. And what's more worrisome, the virus and its more infectious variants are killing young people.
Since January, the number of Brazilians in their 30s infected by COVID-19 has increased by 500%. Infections among those in their 40s have risen 600%.
Doctors in this intensive care unit say they have seen a dramatic increase in the number of patients below 60 years of age.
Okay, so anyway, so again, if you catch the drift, we have no comments on that. Okay, so we'll move to the next video. But before we move to the next videos, this is N8. This is a pestilence from the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. This happened, brethren, because of Genesis 15, verse 13. We do this every video because they don't want to answer for that. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 100 years. You've been afflicted, our people, for 100 years, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. So the Most High is judging these nations. Okay, not just the America or Britain. He's all over the world. The world that we are seeing with our fleshly eyes, and the one that we can't see with our fleshly eyes. He's judging them. All right. Now, if we check the well, yeah, keep wiping out my okay. Oh. World map. Okay, it usually be there, but they wiped out my search. Okay, so now we see, and Brazil is right behind, and they got over 307,000 deaths, and 12.4 million infected, 10 million. 0.9 recovered, somehow the 2 million, and some we don't know what happened. So in the US right now it's 30 million, and over 500,000 people die. This is no joke, brethren. All right, so now once we go down there, the United Kingdom is at like 4.3 million, 33, and over 120,000 deaths. Now they like to brag about the vaccine. They got over 300 million people worldwide. Is it here? Or yeah, worldwide, and vaccinated. So when we go all the way down to places like people that look like us, we got a 504, Uganda 334, Senegal like 1,000 people die, Jamaica 554 people die, and a lot of Jamaican in England, they go back and forth. Yet that new cases, that England stuff, I'm not quite sure if in Jamaica, if it was, it could be. If it is, they got like 557 people die in 1 year, of this thing being there. And then over there in in Haiti, they got 251 people. It was 247 last year. So this year 4 people died so far. So when you look at this, Burkina Faso 145. Again, those countries like Burkina, let's see, Burkina. like Burkina, I would say Burkina Faso or Burkina Faso. It's a country that is in Africa, and I used to love this country because I went to high school. There was a fellow he from this place, Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou is the capital city. This country is like, I think they speak French over there. It's over, in this place like Cote d'Ivoire and Ivory Coast, Ghana, and all that. It seems like nothing really going on over there. Okay, so the Suez is still black. So let us move to the next video. We have no comment, or we know the hand of the Heavenly Father is in the midst of this. So this is no medical advice. This is just us pulling information from the internet. Now, brethren, this is Egypt again. As of today, well, yesterday, the 27th, today is 28th. Now, Egypt building collapse in Cairo leaves at least 5 dead. Now, this place is just, the people start seeing this, okay? Okay, third crisis in less than a week. Okay, this building collapse, all right? Put the volume down. So, and it wasn't no earthquake or anything. It's just collapsed, and then 5 people die. A lot of death, brethren. All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. He did this. His hand is in the midst of this. All right, so those people have that thing wedging there. A train just got messed up, and then this happened. And I know people are going to try to explain how this is random. They just having a bad year. After 2020, you would have thought like those people would have wake up, but no, they're just having a bad year. So 5 people died, brethren, and a lot of them got 24 people injured. Okay, so this is happening in Egypt again. So there's no breather for those people. All right. Now this is in Myanmar. Okay, so over 90 people were killed in Myanmar, and deadliest day since school. So this is the deadliest day so far. So I was reading another report that says over 100 of them died. So this is brothers, this is fiery conflagration.
Myanmar security forces shot and killed more than 90 protesters on Saturday, according to witnesses and news reports.
All right.
So, as the country's junta leader said, the military would protect people and strive for democracy.
All right.
Senior General Min Aung Hlaing was speaking as Myanmar's generals celebrated Armed Forces Day. It was also a day when, according to local media, a boy as young as 5 was among those shot dead.
Okay, they kill a 5-year-old
Dr. Sasa, a spokesman for anti-junta group CRPH, called it a day of shame for the armed forces.
Yeah, a day of shame. Is that thing recording? We have to make sure. All right, yes it is. So over 90 people shot in one day, brother. They just shoot them. They shoot over, well, the other reports are 100, but since we are here, 90 people die. That's the deadliest one so far. Okay, those guys are kicking. This is martial law.
On Friday, state media had warned that protesters risked being shot to the head and back, without specifically saying the army had been given shoot-to-kill orders.
Right. You can hear the shot. Okay, they are shooting people.
Nevertheless, protesters against the February 1st coup defied them.
So this is plague number 5 and also number 9. Also number 9, yeah, 5 and 9. Destruction by the sword. Okay, plague number 5 and plague number 9. Execution by the sword. So you got 9 people that's been executed. Well, over 90 people, somewhere around 100 that's been executed, brothers. And we showed you, I think that's the video last time we were watching, and the guy.
People were killed across the country in one of the bloodiest days of protest since the military coup.
All right. So let's stay out of it.
Parade in Myanmar's capital, Naypyidaw, and Min Aung Hlaing was reiterating a promise to hold elections without giving a time frame. Russia's deputy foreign minister was the only foreign diplomat evident at an event normally attended by scores of international officials. Min Aung Hlaing called Russia a true friend.
Okay, so
This week,
Russia, a true friend, whatever they are doing over there, stay out of it. This isn't our problem. Let those people destroy each other. All those military stuff, they were preparing it to attack our people. Now they are going to at each other's throat. And then for those of you that are gonna say, it's all stage, they are actors, they pay them. Yeah, that's what Gentiles said when the heat is on their ass. Zaza.
And we start with a deadly day on the job for Miami-Dade police. Officers claim they were forced to fire, and in the end, 2 people were killed. Officials say there was a shootout with that suspect.
And there's also a lot of information to sort out. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live in Northeast Miami-Dade to explain it all for us. Roy.
Let me just cut this to the chase. While the SWAT came in, and let me cut it where they entered. There we go. The SWAT team came in, and this dude saw them come in, run inside, shoot the lady, and shoot himself. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, for those of you who've been following the channel for a while now, you've seen a lot of domestic violence, okay? Again, you are not a superhero. Anything like that happen, brothers, mind your own freaking business. Keep it moving. Don't get involved. You do not want to be the third person in this. 2 people are dead. Those are 2 people that make horrible choices. What they did in the bedroom, you weren't involved, so to speak. When they were doing the whole baking process, you weren't involved. So why would you want to be involved in a situation that involved the sword? Let those people sort their things out, all right? And I'm going to stop this video multiple times to explain to you what's going on here.
They discovered a man and woman shot dead.
They said he shot her.
Kathia Fevier told me she...
Okay, her name is not Fevier. It's like Cathy Fevrier, which means Cathy February. One of our people. Well, at least one of mine. And I can tell you, man, our people, especially this tribe, man, they are backward. So watch the calmness of this. This is the aunt, and the niece is dead. So this is what she said.
Is the aunt of the woman killed.
Okay.
While detectives are still working to find out what led up to her niece's death, she said the man who barricaded himself inside the home shot her before turning the gun on himself.
I guess he shot himself afterwards before,
Okay, so Katia Fevrier, which means Katia February. February is February in French.
Police got involved.
Kathia telling me this was her niece, 24-year-old Stephanie Lacrete, a young woman who just graduated from Florida Atlantic University and had just started a relationship with a man they didn't even know.
Okay, this is what happened. They just met some dudes, and then nobody don't know this guy. Next thing you know, I can get wherever I want. Hey, my oven is mine. I can bake whatever I want in there, and then things like that happen. Trust me, brethren, I know my people. That's a certain member of my family. I cut them off. I don't speak with them anymore because they all about that independence. Like, yo, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, go ahead then, do that. I cut them off. So that's what happened here. This guy got into an argument with her. Something happened. They start arguing and they call the police. And then he starts shooting at the police first. And then when they move upon him, he killed her and he killed himself, just like what happened over there in Texas. And I believe in Sugar Lane or something like that.
It's just sad. I don't think anybody, would want to feel the pain that we as a family is feeling.
Throughout the day, we watched as homicide detectives now work to gather evidence from inside the home where officers opened fire and 2 people lost their lives.
For somebody to take somebody's life away like that,
I don't know.
It's just,
I don't know. Yeah. So as you can see, brothers, a lot of those are happening. A lot of domestic violence. A lot of men are killing women. Well, so to speak, a lot of husband are killing the wife, and the wife are killing the husband. It's pretty much all over, brothers. It's part of the plague. Execution by the sword. Those people don't listen. They won't listen. Even though you bring them back to life, you say, I'm giving you a second chance, they'll go back, do the same thing. They have to go. They have to go, brothers. That's what it is. So, all right, let's move to the next video.
Various conditions. Some of them are obviously fighting for their lives this morning. Now we're walking down here to Pacific and 19th, and you can see we have a whole different scene. And if you look straight ahead...
Anyway, this is in Virginia. Shootings, 2 die, and 8 others, got hurt and stuff like that. This happened in Virginia, today. Well, yesterday, the 27th. So, this is our dog right there, Boris. A weird name, Boris. This guy never heard of that word, comb or brush. All his press conference, he just wake up right out of bed, grab that bottle of whiskey, take that dreadful swig, just slap his suit on, and then come right in front of the camera and start talking. Now, for those of you who say this guy don't drink, okay.
Vaccine this country has ever seen. And my friends, you know my reputation for tact and diplomacy, and I will make no comparisons with any other country.
No, sir. We know your reputation for not combing your hair. All right, let's go to the first beginning.
I'm very pleased to be able to address you here at our online Spring Forum, which is our first major national gathering as a party this year. In just a few days' time, I'm finally going to be able to go to the barbers, but more important than that,
No, you're not going to go nowhere near the barbers, sir. What you gonna do when you get to the barbers? Get your hair combed? Oh, hell no, man. I'm not quite sure. They might have a pub over there named the Barbers, so to speak.
I'm going to be able to go down the street and cautiously, but irreversibly, I'm going to drink a pint of beer.
Yes, sir. I'll add that to whiskey or strong, very, very hard liquor like vodka. Yeah, right.
In the pub. And as things stand, I can see absolutely nothing in the data to dissuade me from continuing along our roadmap to freedom.
I don't know what that is, man. Is that guy, something is wrong with him. I don't know why he choose to take a map and put it in his head and then walk around like this. I don't know. Look, listen, I have nothing against my brothers that are, men like us that are bald or something. Like, this dude is not bald. Like, what the hell? Why is it every time we saw this guy, his head is always like this? His hair is all over the place, very unkempt. And he always bragging about how he's good at some type of reputation. We never seen him performing anything.
Unlocking our economy and getting back to the life we love.
Oh, hell no. I can't pass that, dude. You're not going to get back to normal, sir. Now you go ahead, brother, and then, get your bottle of whiskey, go back to sleep, get under that cover and drink yourself to death. Yeah, all right, next video. Oh, that's plague number 6. This is in Tennessee, all right? It's quite loud, though. Okay, this is severe hailstorm in Tennessee. Brothers, hailstorm, you barely see these things. Now, every time you turn on the news, hailstorm here, hailstorm there, Increase of hailstorm, let's pull that out. Okay, increase of hail and snow. Okay, there'll be a lot, all right? So... we're done with that. So this is the bank, the bank apocalypse.
Will be closing in 2021. So this came out on NPR March 26, 2021. I have a 4-minute audio piece that I want you to listen to.
I would suggest you go to the Beloved Sister, subscribe, and then listen to that video, okay? Now, brothers, what happening here is just like... everything is collapsing, brothers. It's just collapsing. Bank apocalypse. They are merging banks like they are merging businesses. Metro merging with T-Mobile. T-Mobile merging with that because they are losing money. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, chosen and grafted. The Most High is sweeping off the lands. This here and it lands elsewhere. That is why you see all those things are happening, brothers, on the behalf of the covenant, on the behalf of our people. We must stay vigilant. We must stay focused. Okay? We must stay focused on the Most High himself. We must stay focused on prayer, and we must not get involved. Okay, let me get that last video of the Suez Canal that they had there. Let me see if I can get this, and then we'll close with that. Okay, let's close with those two videos.
The fate of the Ever Given. Confusion about the fate of the Ever Given. A team of salvage experts flew in from the Netherlands to help the so far unsuccessful attempts to dislodge the vessel. While Egyptian officials seemed confident the Suez Canal would reopen soon, the Dutch experts said they wouldn't commit to a specific time frame, saying it could take days or weeks. It's a mammoth task. The ship is 400 meters long, weighing 200,000 tons, and it's stuck in what's often described as the most important shipping lane in the world. A maritime accident with global implications. Shipping analysts are already predicting disruption and price hikes.
The Suez Canal is a feat of amazing engineering.
I can't pass this guy. I don't know why, but that doctor butchering that surgery. Anyway, let's look at this floating boat. UK. Remember that, brothers? Couple of weeks ago, there was a floating image of boats. Okay. Anybody remember this? We played this before. Let's watch this again.
This morning, I'm buzzing around the internet, and I found a really cool picture of what looked like a ship just floating in the air over the water in the UK.
Remember that?
This is not photoshopped. What it is an optical illusion. I couldn't figure it out, so I figured we'd turn to meteorologist Matt Standridge.
And they're going to give you some garbage.
What in the world we're looking at there?
Here's the garbage.
Have you seen this photo? It looks like the ship is hovering above the water. BBC News tweeted this photo taken off the coast of England by David Morris.
Weird.
It's an illusion thanks to a weather phenomenon called an inversion, where cold air hovers right over the water with a
It's an illusion. So you mean to tell me that wasn't the Mosai sending us a message saying we're going to start, he's going to do something with a huge ship like this ship that you saw here. Let me see if I can get the picture right here. Like this ship that you saw here, this giant vessel that you saw here, he wasn't going to do that with him. I can't pass this, dude. All right.
The world's biggest shipping firm.
There you go. He's not going to. This was the most I communicate. And again, like we said, brothers, when we were watching the video, if you watch our previous video, we said this. We said the Mossad going to use the ley line to shut down the ships. This happened on March 5th. And then that thing happened on March 24th. So like 9 days later, I believe, the ship got stuck. So that was the Mossad sending the signals. Okay. All right.
Major gamble this weekend over whether to risk waiting for the Suez Canal to reopen. As new satellite images show, the global thoroughfare remains blocked by a massive cargo ship, and the cost to trade is adding up fast. CBS News' Elizabeth Palmer has more.
The gargantuan Ever Given remains exactly where she's been wedged since Tuesday, blocking the main channel of the Suez Canal.
Wow.
But there has been a little progress. Dredgers and diggers have dug away more than 20,000 tons of sand.
For some reason, it's always some number around like 20,000. And again, they dug. Let's just get rid of this thing. Let's see. Calculator. No, I don't even need this. What is 12% out of 20,000? They say they need to remove 20. The ship has like 20,000 containers on it. They say they need to remove 60% of 20,000. Let's see what 20% of the containers, something like that, between 55 and 60%. What is 60% of 20,000?
60% of 20,000 is 12,000.
12,000. 12 for the 12 tribe. 12,000 times 12. 144,000. excuse me, 144,000. Now they say they need to remove 60% of that. They need they remove 20,000 pounds of sand. So now again, 60% of that 20,000 equal 12,000. The Mossad is all over this thing. Let's hear this again. How many pounds they remove?
But there has been a little progress. Dredgers and diggers have dug away more than 20,000 tons of sand from around
20,000 ton. 20,000 barrel, 20,000 sun. It's all over.
The ship's rudder. And its stern did move a little, Suez Canal Chairman Osama Rabi told journalists at a press conference.
Okay, why is that? What the hell is this? Could just one guy put one mic there? How many news that... Who did this? You know I have a big problem with those reporters, right? They always act like they're professional. We got at least 20 mic there. Who did this? Who the hell did something like this? Like, who put all those microphones there? Who the hell did something like that? Those certain things I cannot pass them, but because for the sake of this video, I'll pass this.
He added that there were now 321 ships waiting to enter the canal from both ends.
Yeah, 321.
This is an expensive traffic jam.
Oh, no hish, man.
Building. Normally, about 50 ships pass through the Suez Canal each day, carrying 12% of the world's trade.
Yeah.
So every 24 hours of shutdown means $10 billion in lost revenue.
Yeah.
The Ever Given is carrying more than 18,000 containers.
Yeah.
Salvage experts hope they won't have to start unloading them to reduce the weight. For now, they're pumping water from the ballast tanks and hoping a combination of more powerful tugs and a high tide.
You know what happened? These things start getting damaged now, and water start flooding certain places. So now, again, we know they weren't built to hold those, they weren't built to stay in one place loaded like that in a wedge place. And if you keep moving things around, the containers around, yeah, like without the proper balance, it's going to crack. And what I'm sensing, brothers, hopefully this happen. If they cannot unwedge this, which they can't, they're gonna try to unload it, and then the ship going to break in half. It's gonna be an oil spill, and all the container, the ship going to flip, and all those container fell in the canal, and it's a mess. Now it's gonna take years for them to clean this out. Years. Hopefully that's what happened. I'm gonna leave you guys here. It's like 32 minutes. Thank you for watching, brothers and sisters. Remember to fast, pray, repent, repeat. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. This is Esau's trouble and the Gentiles' tribulation. We do not own this boat. We do not own this canal. We do not own anything on this boat. This is the problem. Stay out of it. Focus on the Most High. Drain us. Let us exalt his name and cry and give him all glory. All right, all praises to the Most High.